And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Giangelo's on 224 in Boardman for the South Range Raiders show. We have a very special player profile, one I'm excited about because this is, I think, one young lady who is more popular, certainly on the internet, than I am, NYSN. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ava Ward. Okay, Ava, senior, cheerleading captain, right? And I hear you're amazing when it comes to the classroom. You get it done in the classroom as well. Loving family. For you, how did all your stardom, where did it come from? Is it just Facebook one day, or how did that kind of materialize?
Stardom? If you're talking about like that, I guess that Facebook show I do.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, just that little show.
I mean, we were doing that fundraiser for the car wash at Chili's one day, and our coach was like, well, how are we going to put this out there? How are we going to get more people in? And so I was kind of joking, and I was like, oh, we could go on like Instagram Live. And she's like, oh, that's a good idea. Next thing you know, she's handing us the phone, and we're recording an Instagram Live. And then
that's how it starts. It starts out sometimes in your basement. All of a sudden, people will actually think that you know what you're talking about. You, young lady, know what you're talking about. The ultimate marketing guru for South Range. It's Ava and Ava, right? The Ava and Ava show. Yeah. And you have a best-selling dish here at Giangelo's, I'm being told. When you have all of this has got, for a senior, that's got to be a lot, right? We're tongue-in-cheek a little bit here, but that's got to be cool to have some of this attention and not only do that, but draw attention to what you do as a great role model for young ladies and young boys with everything that you do, everything that you're involved in the community, but also putting yourself out there, right? It's sometimes it's scary to put yourself out there, but you did it just because you wanted to get more people to a car wash.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised how many people like would come up to me and be like, oh, you do such a good job on those Facebook Lives. Like, I didn't really think anyone watched them. I kind of just did it because I thought it was funny, honestly. Like, just being on Facebook, like, I don't know. I guess a lot of people see it. Like, I'll just be out. Like, this Halloween, actually, I was, like, trick-or-treating, and someone's like, oh, my gosh, you're Ava. You do the Ava and Ava show. And I was like, yeah, that's me. Like,
wait till you get a little cheerleader that pretends to be you for Halloween. That's the full circle moment.
That would be really cool.
I've heard so much about you. Obviously, a loving family. I've known your dad for a very long time. We used to be competitors on the ripe old stage of old men's softball. So
really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. We dialed it up until both of us just realized we were old, and it was pretty pitiful. But when you're looking at your family and the pride that you bring to them, why is it so important that you continue to go out there, put your name out there, put your face out there? I mean, you are so involved. Can you kind of give us a virtual resume of all the things you're involved in right now?
Let's see. Well, I do cheer. I do speech and debate. I run track. I'm in Key Club, Spirit Club, NHS, senior class president. Let's see. Oh, I'm doing YSU English Festival. That's kind of cool. You like read a bunch of books and
that's
go to
unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like to do that. I mean, is it just things that come across your desk, like a president? And you're like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do this. I'll do this. Like, is that how it goes?
I mean, pretty much. I see like these clubs and like, I don't know, why not? You know, that's what I think. Like, I kind of wanted to make the most out of like my time in high school.
And you've done just that. That's incredible. What ultimately do you want to do? I mean, when you leave here in a couple months, obviously probably can go anywhere you want. Where do you want to go, and what do you want to do?
I've kind of been leaning towards Ohio State. I just like, it's a bigger school. I want to go somewhere bigger to really like experience something different, because South Range is small. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but I just want to like try new things, you know? And I think I want to study either like political science or something, and then go into law school.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Do you know any lawyers? Any good lawyers by chance?
I don't know. Maybe.
Is that the influence for law? Is your dad?
Probably. Yeah.
What kind of law do you want to study?
I don't really know. I was just gonna kind of figure it out once I study it a little more in law school.
I can appreciate that.
There's like a lot of different routes I could take. I don't want to be set on one thing and then not be able to change it later.
Keep those doors open, right?
Yeah.
All right, talk to me about cheerleading. How long have you been cheerleading? I heard Little Raiders was the start?
Yeah, I've been cheering since 3rd grade, so.
Wow. So what got you into cheerleading in the first place?
I think it was one of those cheer camps, which it's one of the ones that like we as the high schoolers, we host them now. I think my mom signed me up for it. And then
Way to go, Mom. Way to go. Way to open the floodgates.
I actually didn't like it at first.
Oh, we can edit that out. No.
Yeah, I don't really know why I stuck with it. I guess.
We're on fire right now,
Yeah.
Ava.
Well, now I know why I stuck with it. But back in elementary school, I hated being in front of people, and I hated like being loud and having to talk to people who I didn't know. And so cheer was kind of all those things I didn't like. So.
Is it? This is a weird question. It's gonna come off weird, but you gotta bear with me. Is it hard to cheer for a team that's pretty much always leading?
I mean, sometimes those games get boring, in a good way, of
We'll
course,
talk to Coach Rock
obviously,
about that.
but-
See if we can liven them up a little bit for you.
I mean, last week was fun, and I think
The Poland week had to be
yes,
fun.
Poland was fun. I think it was Struthers too, because that was our homecoming game.
Yeah.
So I like dressing up for the themes and all that, but I like cheer now because
That's good.
it's grown on me, really. I think a lot of it's like the team that we have this year. Like they're just. This is gonna sound so like cheesy, but we're like a family, honestly.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And the thing that I love that South Range does is they make sure the band, the cheerleaders, and the football team work together because it's that Friday night experience, and one doesn't go without the other, right?
Yeah. Like I love the band. I love the football team. It's all like. It's honestly such a great experience. Like I look forward to Friday like every other day of the week because just knowing I can be out there in front of everyone and knowing that like the band's going to be there for us and the football team's going to keep winning, it's like a lot of fun.
You push merch better than most WWE wrestlers. I've seen the show, as you call it, before the game, and then you're like Youngstown Clothing Company owns like they owe you like checks, like so many checks, and I like you're sitting there promoting it. Do they give you those shirts? Like do you get any merch from it?
No, they kind of just
Oh,
say
come
just-
on!
They kind of just tell me to walk in there and like hold up. We don't really have a script. We kind of just grab some things and say, "Hey, this is really cool," because it is really cool. Like I like the shirts they have. I've never actually bought one. Maybe I should.
We'll work on it for you.
Yeah.
You have Youngstown Clothing Company stuff, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
my mom has some stuff.
That a girl, Mom. 2 for 2. 2 for 2. We'll make sure you get some. We're good friends with Youngstown Clothing Company. All right, so you want to be a lawyer. What are some of your fondest memories at South Range?
I mean, cheer's one of them, honestly. I think just the people I've met through all of the things I participate in, they're always there for me whenever I need it. And like, sometimes I'm just having a bad day and I go to school and I think it's gonna be so much worse. But then I sit down at lunch and I'm talking with my friends and I'm like, I'm really gonna miss this next year.
That's awesome. You seem like a hard girl to get down. Do you have a very optimistic spirit?
I try. Some of my friends say I'm pretty optimistic.
Your
'Cause,
bubbly
like,
personality. I mean, you got it all.
I try.
So when you think about the way that you want to carry yourself, I mean, obviously everybody's got bad days, but when you're having a bad day, there's young girls, my daughter, out there. What would you tell the young girls they're having a bad day to just, keep their head up and keep that bubbly personality like you have?
Let's see. I would probably just tell them, like, just think about tomorrow, think about next week. Just know that you're having one bad day. It's not just going to be over. And there's always going to be at least one positive thing in your life that keeps you moving. Like, I would always try and think of something within the next week that I was excited for and something to look forward to. And that kind of keeps me going through the bad days.
So let's talk about mom and dad. They keep you going through the bad days. We talk about traits a lot. Think of them like a puzzle. If there's one trait you could take from mom, one from dad, what would it be and why? Oh, Dad just sat back. He's not ready for this.
From my dad, I guess I would say, like, probably to be hardworking, because he's always, like, hardworking.
He's business.
Yeah, he's doing a lot, like, for his work, and even though it's, like, a lot, he always, like, gets through it, and he's always moving on to the next thing, and so I guess that's what I would probably want to be. And for my mom, I think just being, like, empathetic towards other people and really get to know their situations before I judge them, because I feel like she's good at that. Like, we talk a lot, and I talk to my dad, too, a lot, but...
Oh, Ava, unbelievable job. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ava Ward.